besides the sky. How is everyone today? I hope you're all doing well. So I am super pumped because I have figured out how to get the phone camera to work through OBS so you can see the figures a lot more clearly, because this has a much better lens. Now the lighting is a little bit on there, so I'm gonna try to get this guy across to see if I can improve the lighting to just so you can really see stuff. Let's see, that's this button. Yes, yeah, see, that is so much better. Is that like, it's not just a gray clump anymore, it's actually, you can see stuff. How great is that? Okay, I need to bring this up a little more. Hold on, my left is right, up is down, and down is left. There we go. There is like the perfect place. The lighting though, you do have to tweak the lighting around a little bit to really give you a very clear view of it. But yeah, that is so much better, is it not? Like, you can actually see a whole lot of the details. Like, you can even see the little dots where the buttons are on his greaves. And you can kind of see how fluffy his beard is. Right? Yeah. So we also have, these are the bases, and I was gonna just sort of file down these little, what do you call these? Sprues. They're like little sprue things. So I got this new file. It's just a normal nail file. And the artist that made the pattern on this here is Anna Price. It's Anna Price. I always like to mention like the artists by their name and show off their work. Give proper credit where credit is due for artists. We always want to be supporting artists. My channel was originally an art channel. And so I always have the utmost respect for fellow artists. And my philosophy is Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophy, that we have art so we do not die of reality. Very dramatic stuff. He's one of my favorite. I'm trying to think, is he like my most favorite? But he's one of my favorite philosophers. He's kind of like bleak and dark sometimes, and but he's not wrong, you know what I mean? He makes some very good points. But he does engage with the themes of death and like I said, very dramatic sometimes. But we are just gonna clean up these sprues. Ooh. Okay. Wait, it was recording? Like saving that on my hard drive? Okay, that's I'll deal with that later. Yes, well, this part is not super riveting stuff, but you know, it's part of the process. Just wondering which view would be better. This view is probably better, since I'm just... Yeah, so I might have mentioned last time that I was doing some filming on Saturday. General interview stuff for documentary. That's still in the works. When it comes out, it might be a bit controversial. It is about the current political environment in Australia. That was inspired by certain events, rather recent events. But I can't really tell you much about it right now. Certainly when the director gives me a bit more to show you, like they are working on trailers and posters and so forth at the moment. When that comes out, I will share that with you. I'll switch to this so that we can see what we're painting. Now, I did say I wanted like to paint him like Batman colors, like the deep grays and the deep purples. So we're gonna go over and get our purple paint, and I am gonna get some white because I do want to lighten it up a bit. It is quite a dark, but also like I wanted black and I wanted to make some gray, so I might as well use that. So we'll do that. And yeah, the last few times I've had a few artists come in here, and I do respect the hustle that many of the artists were hoping that they could make things for me, and I appreciate that. That is very kind and very generous. At the moment I am already working with an artist. I'm super excited that we will be having some emotes for you all soon, which I have been collecting over the years with some like professional photographers. Some of you, if you from my Facebook, might already know them. I am going to have to switch cameras because I realized I need to actually post that I'm streaming on. I need to actually post that I'm streaming. So I'm just going to quickly do that. So people know that I'm actually live right now. I need to switch accounts. Need to go to my public account. Oh, that's a bit tricky. I'll move this other way first. live on Twitch. Oop. And I should use my cool thumbnail that I worked hard on. What social medias is everyone on? Like, I'm trying to post to all my social medias. I am on Facebook, which I'm posting on right now. And where did I put my thumbnail? Did I even make a thumbnail for this today? I might not have done that. Surely I have done that. That'll be somewhere here. Okay. I wonder if I'll actually get in trouble for posting that. As some of you may have seen, the title of today's episode is Painting Pussycat People. And, well, you know, pussycat can be... I mean, people can see the first part and, like, make assumptions. But we are talking about cat people. You can take it in a very wholesome way. If you choose to. Okay. And I don't know how, like, sensitive people are, or how, like, you know, whether they like to be a bit more edgy. But I've been asking around, and like, I mean, people who are underage or anything like that aren't, like, allowed on Twitch in the first place. So I do assume that if you are on my Twitch, you're definitely not too young, at least, so you have some mature ideas of things. And I hope you see the little the calling them pussycat people as being somewhat humorous, because I did intend it with humor. I swear I always have trouble figuring out how to post on Instagram. Instagram always trips me up. Because I'll be selecting the thing that I want to post, and it will be selecting something else, and I'll be like, no, I'm not trying to post that. Plus it's always formatted in the wrong dimensions, so we always have to, like, reformat the dimensions for it, which I have not done, so I need to do that quickly. I'm sure a lot of artists understand that's what it is. Okay, so how do I format it? Might have to do it this way. And then I have to rotate it so it's not all sideways. Do that. I'm gonna call them Tabaxis on Instagram, because they have stricter standards on Insta. Need to, nope, not that. I need the custom stickers. There. Let's hide my dirty fingernail. And let's put some paintbrushes on there. Yeah, that looks kind of like a cool looking thumbnail. Alright, let's do that. What? Again, like, what is going on with Instagram? It's like, yes, that. Post that. Did I spell Tabaxis right? Oh well, I'm sure lots of people will tell me off. Let's say, you know the musical Cats? I had a great time going to see that. Little bit of drama. Many years ago when it was here in Australia, Melbourne, my parents went to see it without me. And I couldn't believe they was, and when they came back, they're like, "Oh, we didn't know you would like it." And I was like, okay, so I was like obsessed with like musicals at the time. Like they actually started a choir on campus because I was singing Phantom of the Opera like all the time. And on top of that, I was obsessed with cats. I still am. I have cat ears on my head, like, currently. And I was like, do my parents even know me? Why would they think that I didn't like, that I wouldn't like it? And yeah, they took my auntie to see it without me. And I was just like, what? And so years later, they did actually, well, actually, it was like, yeah, just last year. They finally came back to Melbourne, and I scored tickets for my birthday. So yeah, the last birthday I actually spent it watching Cats the musical, which was amazing. I loved it. Of course I loved it. It was cats that were singing. And so anyway, I love the Elaine Page version as well of the song Memory. I am definitely putting that on this post, which was why it sprung to mind. Okay, and I will share that. Should I pin it? I think perhaps I should pin it. So I have to unpin this one, I think. Yeah, so each time I go live, I'll pin the next one that, oh, it needs to refresh though. It needs to refresh. Okay, so I'll unpin this one. unpin, and I pin this one, which is a new thing to pin. Ta-da! And now I hope and I pray that the algorithm will let people who were interested in seeing what I had, seeing this stream, will actually know that this stream is in fact running. Yay! So hold on, so that was Twitch, Instagram, so wait, I did do Twitch, right? I've like totally forgotten what I was doing. Yes, I did post to Twitch. So I posted Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Discord. I should do Discord. I really need to use Discord more often. Is there any other kind of social medias perhaps that people use, or are current that or up and coming ones? I guess I post it here. Live on Twitch now. Yeah. I'm guessing. I guess that worked. Okay. There we are. Alright, it says the cameras are still active. So theoretically, I can do this. No, I can't do that. I need to switch this camera on, reload that, and then ta-da! We're back. We are so back. I am still not used to the up, down, sideways. Maybe it is because we're coming in from the side here, which means I'll try rearranging this a little bit, which is going to be slightly difficult because I did tack it down with tack. Ooh. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, right round. Okay. I will definitely get a better stand at some point. And I'm not sure how this is going to work because the mat, if I stick it to the mat, that's not actually going to work. I'm going to move the microphone out of the way. Move this in here. Like, this needs to be up higher, I think. I think that's the problem. I definitely just, I need to get a taller stand, is the problem. Okay, well, we're always improving on this channel. We're always trying to do better. And hopefully at some point we will get optimal. At the moment it is kind of suboptimal, but at least you can kind of see what's going on, and now I'm not so like confused with the left and righting. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna bring this little palette down here so you can see me mixing the paints as well. I love how tiny this thing is. It's actually kind of cool. So we're just gonna do little dabs of paint. Boop. Oh, I should make sure I shake the paints. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Ooh, double shaking. Ah. More shaking. Shake. We will put... I'll put it in the separate corners so that this, when we mix, we can mix inwards. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we will put enough to fill these little pots right here. Yeah. Now, previously, this mat, it has like these little wells. It has these little wells. And I tried to preserve some of the paint by putting some Glad wrap over it, because that had successfully worked before on some of my other containers. But it did not work so well on this non-stick container. I think because the Glad wrap doesn't actually cling to the actual mat. But this mat was so much easier to clean, just soap and water, because everything just like cleaned off with soap and water super easily, which is fantastic. Oop. Okay, so I have got a little bit on the mat there, and that's okay. We will end up using that at some point. I'll put black on this little square here. And move this one out of the way. Boop. Yeah. And yeah, just a reminder, on Wednesday I am gonna do more Pal World. I think everyone seemed to be loving Pal World a lot. I did get very sidetracked with the Rubik's Cube situation. So I mean, I'm super interested in learning how to do the Rubik's Cube, but I suppose not everybody is. And I mean, it is like only a few people in the world can actually solve, so it's probably not for everyone. But I mean, that's the whole thing though. As someone who can cube, it's like, once you do like learn the steps, it's actually surprisingly easy. Like, because it is like, you, like most things, once you've done it, you know how to do it, and because you know how to do it, it's just a matter of like remembering and just doing the same thing each time, and then you get better and better the more you practice after that. So as someone who has done it, I'm like, it is learnable. You can totally learn it, and I really truly believe like anyone can, but I realize that not everyone is quite up to it. Like, I guess, like, I was inspired to learn it, and I think that's the thing. I think if you have to kind of have something that does inspire you to learn it in the first place, otherwise it's sort of like, and each individual person needs to find their thing that inspires. So I'm gonna paint this gray, but I am thinking that this will be an undercoat for silver. I think this guy should be, well, I mean, I'll put some silver highlights, I think we base coat it in gray, and I think I want the gray a bit darker. Yeah. I'm just trying to think, what do I want highlighted in purple? Because I want some of the things, like maybe this sash will be highlighted in purple. And I think I'll make his cloak purple. So I'll have a purple cloak. But But I think overall, let's go with grey. Maybe his belt will be purple. I'm going for the Batman vibes. As I kind of see Batman vibes with this guy. Trying to get right in there with the loincloth. It is a process. It is a process. I think that I'll paint everything on this model grey, and then the things that I want purple. I'll wait for this to dry over the week, and next episode the things that we want purple we'll start painting purple. Because I think the grey will give it a bit of a, like, I think the grey will make a good base coat for the purple, so it really builds it up. Like, build some depth into it. But things like the cape, where it's like I wanted a bright purple, I'm gonna leave a blue. Now the helmet, I'm gonna paint grey, but I'm gonna highlight it in silver, not purple. And I'm not using the finest brush, I'm using the next one up, which is sufficient because it will get like more coverage. And like the smallest one I think will be most useful when we're doing the real fine details. Like, you don't want to go too fine a brush because then you'll be like, it'll be like a lot more time before you have any coverage. But you don't want to go too thick that like you keep going over the lines and having to go back and go and clean it up like over and over again. Especially since, like I said, the undercoats do to some degree show through, so if you're doing that, you're gonna end up having like very blurry edges. But you might want to go for like some blended edges. And in some cases you might just want to use water to like clean up an edge. Get a nice piece of tissue to like just wipe down your brush. And this is why it's good if you wait for it to like fully dry, because then when you do this kind of cleaning up edges thing, it won't take off too much of the paint. Whereas if you do this when the paint's like still a little bit wet, it will actually start stripping the paint pretty quickly. Just fine. Like, if I get this right in here, it's more that the microphone's in the way now. Eck. Yeah, there we go. We got a lot more light happening, and I myself can see through the glass. This works really well. Okay, hold on. I need just a little bit up here. Sorry, you're probably going to hear a little scratching on the mic because I'm using the mic to actually hold up the magnifying glass. No, if I hold it there. Okay, no, this has to come closer then. We can line this up. This will work. Just move the microphone over a little bit more so it's out of the way. Move this here so it's actually in focus for you. And we'll move this here so it's actually in focus for me. Come on. Okay. This will work. This will work. I need to have some more tack. Let's have some more tack. This will work. It does, it does. We'll fold the tissue up a bit more because it's getting dipped in the black paint, which is not what we want. I'll actually move the tissue off to the side. That might help. Yes. Yes. I have to butt down a little bit to see it was fine, and then the tack came off. I want the tack to stick. Nope. Stick. I said stick. That's really odd. Is it doing it? I think it's doing it. I think it's fine. Alrighty. So this here. Aha. Aha ha ha. It's working. It's working. Now, where was I? Oh yes. This is such an odd angle to be like getting the brush. To clean off that bit there. Clean off that bit there. Clean off the shoulder and the cape. I want the gray bits. This is actually working. This is actually working. I mean, I gotta move it back a little bit so you can see, but there we go. I can see stuff and you can see stuff. That is great. That's what we want. We want both of us to be able to see things. It is making it a little tricky because I have to hold the paintbrush like so far back. Let's see if I can. This kind of feels like, you know, when you're trying to assemble a boat inside a bottle. Okay. Firstly, I think I got a really nice grey that I like. I like how the grey is turning out. I am going to have to clean up a couple of parts because I didn't want grey like on his leg. I kind of feel like I want his pantaloons to be purple. So we're just gonna try to clean that up a little bit. So I'm just using the back of the brush to push the tissue in, basically up his groin. Because I'm trying to clean up a little bit of grey that has gotten into his inner thigh that I did not want there. I mean, we are going to go over it with purple, but like I said, a lot of the times this sort of stuff like will show through. So we want to clean it up as much as we can so that when we do go in with the purple, it'll be fine. I just remembered I did buy, I did run out of Q-tips, but I did buy some Q-tips. They're just in the other room. So, give me one moment while I go grab that, and I'll be right back. I'm streaming right now, Mom. No, I'm not calling you. Not right now, Mom. Okay. I did get Q-tips. I'm back, chat. Okay, so I did get a bunch of Q-tips. And they came in this cute heart-shaped container. And I found like some cotton pads as well that come in the cute heart shape. They didn't have the container. So I ended up getting 2 of these containers, and hopefully when I finish it I can put the heart-shaped cotton pads in there. So we are gonna wet the Q-tip. We're gonna get the model, and we are gonna basically shove this Q-tip up there and clean stuff up. And it's working. It's working. I think I took a little too... Oh no. The grey that's showing through is where I'm starting to strip blue. Okay. So Where did I put the blue paint? Oh, I put it right next to me. It's right next to me, chat. Give it a good shake. Shake, 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 shake. I didn't realize I need blue, but I do need blue. So I put a dab of blue. I am liking this little palette. This is very cute. We're going to see how much I like it when I have to clean it out, but I have Q-tips to do that now, and I think that will actually help a lot. It will really get in there. Yes. Oh, I can put it in here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, chat. I should not move that. What was I thinking? I should not move that. I did just kind of want to show you guys the brush cleaner that if you've seen my previous streams, you've seen it before, but it does have the little like thing that's supposed to be for brushes, for standing up brushes in, and it's holding the Q-tip quite well. So it's just like, oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, progress. Slow but steady progress. Now, this paintbrush... Actually, I will use another paintbrush for this. And the cords are, in fact, getting crazy. And I don't actually need this plugged in, so I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to get the blue. And put this down here. And then I'm going to get, like, right in there. And I'm going to just touch up where I had accidentally stripped off too much paint. But yeah, this is a process of put more paint, take off paint, put more paint, clean up edge, and so forth. But I am finding it quite rewarding, and I'm hoping you're finding it quite rewarding to watch too, to see, like, you know, it's slow but steady progress, you know? So his leg here, which has decided that it's not sure if it's going to be grey or blue, and I have decided that I want it blue. It's a bit too wet, so the paint isn't sticking, so I'm going to give it a good dry with the Q-tip. So yes, Q-tips are very useful for model painting, it turns out. I am going to have to get the sharper, pointier Q-tips, I think. Because then you can do some fun stuff with that. It is leaving a few little fibers, which I will gently pick away. Is my hand in the way? No. That's fantastic. So we're just gonna gently brush his inner thigh there. Oh my. With paint. Yes. So I'm just retouching wherever the paint came off before, where I actually want it to be blue. Yeah. And here where it's actually just been painted grey when it wasn't meant to be painted grey, just retouching that to blue. Because we're going to go purple at some point. But the parts that I want grey, I think are grey, and that's good. I think we'll put another coat though. And I've left the brush on the side for a bit, and it's gotten a little more stiffer, which is actually kind of helpful. Because I am going to like jab it right in his armpit. Because I see a little spot just under his armpit that's not covered. And I want to get like really nice even coverage in there. I'm noticing a bit of a spot of blue on there, that on the actual paintbrush, that I don't want. So I'm just going to gently pat that off. Give it a good wipe. And continue. I'm quite happy with the shade of grey. The shade of grey has come up quite nicely. I do think it needs a couple more coats. And I think, do I want the gloves purple or grey? I think I want the gloves to be grey, because I'm going to highlight those in silver, I think. So let's fully paint his gloves. And of course the sword. The sword is going to be, I think we might make the hilt, like the actual handle, purple, like it's been wrapped in like purple, you know, straps or whatever, that, you know, it's properly like, you know, cushioned handle. Where's center? There's center. Okay. There we go. Now his little paws. Oh wait, his paws. Because they do actually have claws on there. So his paws are actually showing through. So they should actually be black. Which is intriguing. Because he's definitely got like wrist guards. So the question is he actually wearing gloves at all? I think he'd be wearing some kind of armor on his hands. But his claws are actually showing. So I'm thinking there is a little bit of his, like, fingies poking out. Unless Tabaxi made armor actually has, like, the claws built into the actual gloves, which is entirely possible. Could be very customized towards the Tabaxis. Now, the cape. It's sort of a little bit unclear where the cape will be purple and where it will be silver. But we do know the sword will be silver, so let's make the sword nice and silver. Now the hilt, the actual part in his hand, I want to do purple, so I'm not going to paint that grey. There's a part on his wrist that's like insisting that it's going to stay blue. Now, the thing is, I want to do what they call wet brushing, but in order to do the wet brushing, I want the grey parts to be completely dry. So that will have to be next time. Because he has kind of like rivets, or I don't know if they're like quilting things. So I don't know if this bottom part should be purple or grey. Because if it's fabric, then it should be purple. But if it's metal, it should be grey. So, what do you think, chat? Do you reckon we should keep this lower part purple, or like keep it grey, or paint it purple? I'm just painting the undersides of things, which, I mean, is kind of a little bit like no one's really gonna look there, but, you know, it's a I'll know sort of thing. So, yeah, I'm just getting all the little details in there. Just giving it one last inspection for anywhere else that should be grey. I don't actually see anywhere else that stands out. Oh, just as I said that. Right on the top of the helmet there. And right on the top of his elbow there. And, oh, there's a little piece of fluff. Just get that fluff off. Fluff off. Fluff off. Don't make me bring out the tweezers, because that's like in the other room and it's like so far away. Really mush that paint in there. Okay, giving it some more inspections. We're looking pretty good. I might do a bit more on the blade here. Now, his cape is getting some bold spots, so I am gonna cover that up with a little more blue to just retouch it. I'm not sure why he was getting bold spots there, but he was. And we're just gonna swoop it and smooth it out. I'm probably gonna give it a bit of a velvet texture by like spush, like, I don't know, what do you call that? Stippling it. Yeah, stippling. But that will be like more when I'm doing the top coats. So right now I'm just gonna be swooshing it. But I'm definitely gonna clean up place spots where it's like things were painted in the wrong spot, or they wore off, or had some transfer from somewhere else. We really want a very, very even blue base coat so that when the purple goes on, it really, really pops. Which I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have been so eager with pouring out the purple because we're not really using it yet. But I suppose if we wait a little bit, it will start to thicken. And then when we do put it on, it'll be like a really nice thick purple. Which was why I said in my previous stream, to never have more than 2 or 3 colors out at the same time. I gave such great advice. And then I put out 4. Which, I mean, is a little bit difficult if you are at the point where you're mixing colors to like get. Because then, does it count as, like, does the gray count as another color? Because then I had 5 colors out. But really, the gray was like 2 of the colors together. The white and the black. Okay, I'm gonna clean up these brushes. If I move this over here, then you can see the cleaning process, if that so interests you. And then swoosh, gloop, gloop, gloop. And then I'm going to use the brushes to clean the other brushes. Brush, 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 brush. And then I'm going to use the ridges to really like knock that paint out of it. And give it another swoosh. There's a little bit getting stuck to some of these bumps here that I want to clean off. Might go in there with the, yeah. Hello? I don't know how long the microphone was turned off for. I have no idea how long it was turned off for. I'm gonna find out. Yeah. This stream has probably been quite scuffed. Oh well, we do what we do what we can. Okay, Raiders up. I was just invited to one. I need to join one. Not sure why they're done in a weird order today. Whoa, okay, it is very busy. It's a very much a first come, first served kind of situation. Wow, okay. That is crazy. I literally tried 6 before I finally got through. Yeah. Okay. Back. Nope. Okay. I think this was the same team before. Yes. Okay, so that is completed. It will in 15 minutes give me another. I have to do something else, but that is completed. I'll need to reload that app anyway. Yes. Okay. That will be reloaded anyway. But for now, we got a box. Let's see what's in it. What's in the box? In the box. Ooh! It's a toolbox case. Okay, so for those who did not see the previous stream about this, I had previously ordered hobby box cases, like toolboxes that were plastic, and they broke. They arrived shattered and broken, which I am not pleased about at all, and so I did complain. I haven't even received any word about whether or not they're even going to address the claim. They didn't even really get back to me on it, which is quite disappointing. So yeah, I don't know whether they're not even. They haven't even really gotten back to me about that, which I should probably chase up, because that was not okay that they delivered 2 items that were just straight up broken. But I got this one, which is metal. Much more durable to keep all the tools in. Which, starting with, the first tool can be the glue gun. Except it doesn't fit. Okay. well, I've got a toolbox now to keep things in. And it is hardy. And the important thing is it's not broken at all, so it will actually hold things in it. Probably, I realize, yeah, there will be restrictions on size, apparently. When it's too small. Anyway. There we go. Alright. I got a, this is a, like I was explaining again on previous stream, I do share my stream room with my cat. This is a special spoon for feeding them treats. It's got a little slidey thing that pushes all the treats down into the spoon. So you put like the yogurt kind of, I don't know, not yogurt, but you know, you put the treat packet in the spoon thing and you push it down and then you can feed your cat with it. So that's kind of more for my cat than anything else. Which again, he's been so skittish lately. Because we ended up having to like replace the dryer, and we had to move his litter box because his litter box is next to the dryer, and he doesn't like it when I move his stuff. It takes him a while to get used to like the new thing. But anyway, it has a cute little Hello Kitty sticker to put on it. I don't really know where you would put it, because you don't want it interfering with the treats. Okay. Well, I will put that aside. Maybe in this other Hello Kitty box. So, Hello Kitty sticker and Hello Kitty box. That makes sense. Let's see. Cat stuff should be in the cat bag. Oh, I have a cat bag. I have a... I have this really cute cat's bag from Tabaxi that is like, it's got Christmassy stuff in the background, like a little Christmas stuffing and stuff. And I did get it during the Christmas time. But this will be perfect for keeping all his cat things in. That'll work. I'll put that there for now. And I think there were a few things. I already gave Mum, like, the feeding scoop. Oh, there's, like, this whole packet of, these, cable tie things. That are obviously for tying cables. So I'll pop them in the cable tying drawer. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's there. Okay. So this is a cover and spoon holder for the cat food. That's kind of nifty. It's like paw shaped. You could also use it as a cup cover. Yeah, that's handy. We'll pop that in the cat bag. And these are like cable organizers. There's a little bit of flexible it's like a little bit flexible, but it's still pretty hard plastic. It's certainly not as soft as like not the soft matte silicone like that I'm using for the painting mat. So I mean that's alright. Again, I'm just gonna put it in the cable tie drawer for when I need to organize my cable ties. Yeah, and these are heated insoles for, well, obviously heating your feet. You're supposed to put them in your shoes, and apparently they will warm up your feet. They have like a USB thing plug, but it's like a very specialized plug, so I guess it's really important not to lose that. So I'm gonna make sure I keep it in the actual package. And there is a little shelf here next to my foot massager down here, which is perfect for this. So I will put it there. And there you go. And this one came a couple of days ago. So I'm not... What the... I actually don't remember what I thought. Oh. I got an apron. Like, it is a clear apron. That's basically just supposed to protect my shirt from the paint. In fact, I should probably just put that right on now. Because I was thinking, you know what? I am going to be doing this painting stuff. And I mean, I've been pretty good with not covering myself in paint, but I mean, my hands are kind of covered in paint at the moment. So there is a little bit of paint going on, and I mean, I know it's acrylic as well, like it usually washes out quite well, but I was like, if I'm going to be painting a lot, it's probably best to just have a little bit of protection. So according to this, you just kind of hook it on there. And then you're supposed to put it over your shoulder, crisscross it at the back according to the picture. Wait. No. If I do that, that's wait, meant to be facing this way, I think. That way. And you're supposed to be able to loosen it a bit, which we'll loosen it as far as it will go, and then we'll tighten it. So once we know where we want to tighten to. And then this part hooks down here over this way. Aha! Yeah. And I'll do the same on the other side. So this one should hook in here. I will say there is a possibility that some people may struggle trying to figure out which way it's supposed to hook. Because you could hook it from one side or you could hook it from the other side, and that might be a little bit confusing. Because it didn't come assembled. But clearly I worked it out fine, so it is like, it can be assembled the correct way. There we go. So it's apron, and it crisscrosses at the back. Crisscrosses at the back. I don't know if you can see that, because I can't see you. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. So yeah. Oh, that's the alarm that I knew would go off. So, hold on, I just have to give them their diamonds, their daily diamonds. And it's kind of good that it like tells me what I'm supposed to do. Like, again, I have to have the, like, I'm super consistent, but like I have to have the alarm in order to be super consistent. Again, this is why I'm in charge of the guild at the moment, is because I'm really responsible with like making sure everybody gets their daily diamonds. Because the original guild leader, he like went on holiday and then he just like he didn't come back. And so the thing automatically gave me the vice, like, because he had appointed me vice before he disappeared, and so the game just automatically made me captain, and I was like, what, why am I captain? And now I have to, like, take care of everyone. I think we'll just tighten it up a little bit. And tighten it up a little bit on this side as well. Which it's not too hard to do. It's not too hard to do with it on. Is that balanced? Does that feel balanced? Doesn't feel entirely balanced. Does this one needs to be slightly tighter. Is that pretty much the same spot? Yeah, that kind of feels about right. Is it pulling too much to one side or the other? That feels about right. That feels about right. Okay, cool. Should it be higher? No, I don't really want it tricking me. But, you know, it's good to have an apron to, like, you know, stop the splashiness. That's helpful. Oh, I got one of these little timers again. We'll see if this one's louder than the other one. We want quiet ticking, louder alarming, you know? Because the loud ticking was very annoying and distracting, but then the ring on the previous one we tested was like not loud enough. So we will just set this. First of all, it's plastic. It looks like it's silver, and it was, but it's actually plastic. Secondly, we put it at let's do like 2-3 minutes. Okay. Ticking's still pretty loud. I gotta say the ticking's still pretty loud. We'll see if the alarm makes me like really jump or not. But I was planning on, like, you know, if we were doing like some speed runs on things, that I'd have a timer to like know stuff. Okay, we have a are you paying attention, chat, to the thing over here that I'm pointing? So I'm pointing to stuff. Point, point, point. I don't know when this might be useful, but it looked like something that might be useful. So I'll put it in the stationery box. Ooh! It's magnetic! I didn't realize that. Okay, that's probably, I probably got it because it was magnetic. Because I was like, look at that. I can't remember exactly what I wanted to magnetize, but that suddenly went from, I guess this was kind of useful to, that is going to be super useful. I wonder if that's going to affect when I close the, let's find out. No, that's fine. It's not stopping me from opening the drawer. Although it was like, I realized that that was not the best way to test it, because if it did like stop me from opening the drawer, then I'd just be like, I have a problem. Like, I didn't have a backup plan for that at all. Anyway. That is a weak-ass buzz as well. Okay, not happy with the timer. And it's still making weird ticking sounds. It's making ticking sounds. And the ring was just like, that was such a lame ring. Like, there's no shing-a-ling-a-ling, you know? That was just a brrr. I'm deeply disappointed. Let's see how long it actually stops ticking. I'm definitely gonna move that to the kitchen. I think initially I was thinking I'd use it in the kitchen. Anyway, this is, basically to make my cup of tea. It's supposed to, like, let you whisk the tea and, like, oh, I think I might have also thought about using it to make the sourdough starter stuff. Anyway, this is definitely something that's going to go into the kitchen. I will balance it on top of my teacup, so I remember that. Ah, skill. Yeah, some of these things are for the kitchen. I mean, they're totally for the stream room, that's why they're on stream, yes. I mean, they're content, so totally tax deductible. Content. Yes, that's totally what this is. Yeah, it's, yeah. Dad finally agreed with me that, like, we should put the sponge in a drain thingy, because, like, he had this tendency of leaving it in this little bucket of detergent, and it was driving me mad, because the whole time I'm just like, there's probably germs festering in it. And then I sent him a bunch of, like, videos, like, I would say passive-aggressively, but it was more like aggressive-aggressively, that was like, look at these germs under a microscope. See how many are on your sponge when you leave it in water. And, like, you know, they had, like, the microscopic and, like, very graphic of there are plenty of germs. And then if you dry them, and this is how many, and they have the microscopic view of, like, you know, hardly any. And it's like, see, you're supposed to drain it. So his dad was like, okay, I get it, stop sending me those videos. The power of media, guys. The power of media. Anyway, so now I was like, okay, I will get us a little thing to put the sponge on. And it just happened to also come with this strainer for the sink. But that was it just happened to come with the thing. So again, that's meant to go into the kitchen. I will put it over there along with the clock. Yes! Yes! This is what we need, chat. This is what we need for stream. We 100% need this for stream. It's a USB, more ports. More USB ports. So I can plug in all the cameras and lights at the same time. And I've got the feeling there's a couple more of them in here. I hope the pink one is in here. Wait, did I get 2 white ones? I get 2 of these? Did I order 2? I don't recall ordering 2. Is it one of those things where they're like... Temu might have had a thing. Or maybe it was like you had to buy them as 2. That's entirely possible as well. But, you know, I'm going to have a look-see. What did I order? So, okay, so this is definitely this order. Did I order 2? I'm very confused by this, because I swear I only ordered 1. I swear I only ordered 1. And it looks like there's only 1 in the order. Yeah, it only times 1. I guess they sent me an extra one. Am I supposed to report that to them? Or am I supposed to just go, ooh, thanks? Was it one of the vouchers where it's like, buy one, get one free, or like... Because sometimes they apply some random voucher. There doesn't seem to be any note or anything about it. Or maybe it's like 2 in a package, you know, when you order like... Let me just have a look at a listing. No reason. They just obviously sent me 2. Which is kind of good. I mean, more ports is better, right? Yeah. I'll put it in this. And now I'm like, maybe I ordered too many then, because I think I ordered a pink one as well. We will find out in a few short moments. Or maybe they didn't have a pink one, and so they sent me a white one instead. That's entirely possible too. So this just intrigued me, because I love these clips, these, what do you call these? Binder. These are called binder clips. Some people go bull clip. Bull clip is a whole other type of thing. This is called a binder clip, and it's like foldable and stuff. And this is a cup clip, which is basically a giant binder clip. That you apparently can clip to your table and then use as a cup holder. Which intrigued me. Okay, so this desk has like a lip on it. Like it has another piece of board across the bottom, so you can't really clip this to it. But the other table set up on the other side of the desk, I could probably show you. So okay, but if I show you, I won't know if I can see. Oh, hold on. Okay. So if I show you with this, so there's a little bit of lag, but yes. So yes, there we go. There it is. Okay, so let's see if it will hold a cup. I'll put these vitamins in there first because that's like a lot lighter. Alright. Okay. Now we're gonna do a cup. First of all, the cup doesn't fit. Secondly, no, there is no way this is gonna hold a full... Oh wait, as I said that, I let go. As I said that, I let go, and it's actually holding the weight of the cup. What the heck? It's actually holding. But it doesn't actually fit. Again, size mattering, guys. Size mattering. Alright. Well, I've learned things today. Actually, maybe it was because all along it was meant for... Okay, as I said that, it literally just dropped the... Lucky I didn't let go, because it would have just slid right through. It would have like slid right through. Okay. Well, that's... Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's ever gonna be useful. Where did I put the... Something else dropped. I dropped something on the floor. I know I did. Everything's fine, chat. Everything's fine. Okay. I'm back. I'm back and slightly off screen. Yes. Alright. Yeah. Okay, we need to put this back in place. And that back in place. Not sure if that's gonna hold. Let's put this back in place because that actually helps it hold. Yeah. Oh, hello. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so I have to... Well, I'll finish. Is that all the packages? I think we might have done it, chat. We might have actually cleared all the packages. Yes. So we've got a couple more things here. Got a couple more things here. Okay. Some steel clips to, like, you know, clip things. They're like cables, clothes, other fixtures. Like, they're just your standard clippy clips. Yeah. I want to remember to actually, like, properly put it goes in that drawer. And this is 100% needed for stream. And I'm a bit worried, chat, because the box is already, like, crushed. So I'm hoping the contents is okay. I mean, it's got like a little leather pouch, and that's all that's protecting it, but the box itself has been rather crushed. So let's hope and pray that they're not smashed, because these are delicate. This is a delicate lens. Theoretically, this lens will allow you guys to see the painting stuff better. It looks like it had a cover. It has a cover. It does have a cover, which appears to have protected it, and the lens part seems to be made of metal, so it's a little more durable. And it has another plastic cover on top here. So, looking at the glass itself right now, it looks like nice and clear. Doesn't look like there's any cracks or scratches or dents, which is a total and utter relief. Okay. Also, I'm surprised how expensive some of these lenses are. Although, these ones were probably not that expensive. But we will see. It comes with this, like, kind of clip thing to attach it that theoretically will attach to the phone. And I just want to make sure I get it on there nice and secure. But you don't want it too tight, because if you do it too tight, it might affect the lens. It looks like you can actually... Well, we will see. We will see if this does make the images any better. We'll test it out together, chat. Together. You and me. You and me. Together forever. Hopefully. Okay. So, let's see. I need to turn on this. I need to make sure this reconnects. Okay. I'll need to go back to this setting. Turn that setting off. And turn this one back on. Yes. Alright. So that's what it looks like. We'll put him in the frame over here. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. Do you think that's any better, chat? Do you feel like he's any clearer? Alright. Let's try without this part, because I'm not sure if that part, like, made a difference. Oh, did we... hold on. I need to reconnect stuff. I do apologize for the technical issues. Okay. So that's what it looks like without any lens modifications. And this made it so much worse. What the heck? What the heck? That's almost crazy how bad that's made it. That's actually crazy. It's done the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do. That's wild. I'm for real surprised. I put that back on. I'm not sure if that's better or worse, actually. Okay, so, I mean, we can see the hairs on him and the belt. If I take this off, I mean, you can still see the hairs on him and the belt. I think the lens literally did nothing. But like I said, this particular camera, this particular camera is actually super good to begin with. That's why I'm so glad I figured out how to hook it up. The only issue is that it's attached to the phone, and therefore, yeah, when when I have that computer game thing pop up and people calling me and such, I have to like pull it off the... I've already got fingerprints all over it. Yeah, I have to pull it off stream for a moment to deal with whenever people are calling me and whatnot. Okay, so... okay, so there is a couple of things. There's already dust on it. So yes. At least it's kind of durable, and maybe there's some application for it that I haven't discovered yet, like... I don't know. It also said it could do cityscapes or whatever as well. But part of me is wondering if maybe this phone, like, lens is already, like, the best lens you could possibly have, and so me adding more lenses is not going to actually help anything. But also, I haven't tried it on the other... Oh, actually, let's see. Let's see if the lens makes any difference on a cheaper camera where it's like it wasn't awesome to begin with, because that might be what makes the difference here. And yeah, it actually does clip on for starters. We'll get the lid off here. All right, let's try that. We'll pop this one off and we'll turn this one on. And we have to refresh it. Alright, interesting. Helps if we plug it in, doesn't it? That usually does help. Because I did unplug it earlier, and I do have to refresh it, and then reactivate it. Is it turning on? Is it working? There we go. Alright, so we've got it pointed at the model. And we're gonna pop the lens on it, and it changed literally nothing. Changed literally nothing. Okay, so that was test one. Now we're gonna remove the wide angle, which might be the problem. And again, we're gonna point this one, this terrible camera, at the subject, and then it made it tons worse. Like, tons worse. Like, I don't know how it made it so much more bad. Okay, if I'm like right smack in his face, like I'm pushing against his snout, then you can see stuff. I'm gonna take off the lens and see if, yeah, if you're right on his snout, then you can sort of see stuff. But alright, we have discovered these lenses are terrible, at least for anything small. But this does say macro, so maybe it is supposed to be for bigger things. Maybe I was looking for micro. But either way, the mobile phone camera does a much better job, hands down, insanely well. I think I've just proven that in a big way, that the technology in a phone camera is like leaps and bounds ahead of like anything else. I think I've just proven that. And I do happen to know, because I do have an IT degree, the Apple phone, the Apple phones use a digital, they use a digital focus, which means it's not, they enhance it with the software afterwards, right? Where else Androids do it upon capture with better quality lenses and better quality sensor plates. So that's what the real difference is between those phones as well. Because I do have a degree in IT and in film production, so I do know these things. I am actually qualified in them. Whoop. And I lost the camera because I pressed the button. So, sorry, gotta refresh. Gotta refresh everything. It's okay. We're back. We're back. I'm just gonna clean up some of this gooey mess because I've used tack to try to hold everything together. To try to hold my life together, chat. My life together. Okay. Again, I just kind of want to maneuver this to be in a good position that you can see and that I can see. So that you can see and I can see, which is not there. It's kind of more that way. Gotta maneuver you around a little bit. There. And I can see there. Okay, good. That works. Where was I? What was I doing? I'm not entirely sure what I was painting the inside of the cape. But I'm also seeing some stuff on his legs where I'm like, that should really be blue. So I'm gonna pedantically obsess over that. And I managed to get blue in entirely the wrong spot. I've made a horrible mess. Q-tips are amazing. Okay. Yeah, the paints are starting to dry out, so I probably should get back into it before they completely dry. If I put my... Okay, hold on. I do have to put away the lenses first because they are like physically in the way. So you gotta keep the desk kind of neat and tidy. But I actually like this thing, this clip that like allows you to clip lenses and stuff and screw lenses and things on to other things. I was a bit worried that it wouldn't like be able to grip onto stuff. I can't test the things on this Logitech one because this clip is not gonna... Oh my goodness, it does. It does. Should I test it? I will have to move like literally everything in the setup, and it will take time away from the actual painting. So maybe not today, but at some point I will test it. As for this pouch, where am I going to put it? The electronics cupboard is already gotten chock-a-block full. I might actually have to move that. I'm thinking it should go in this bottom drawer, because I realize I am a tech head and I'm going to have like lots of technical stuff. So it's better to keep everything in here. Put all the electronic stuff down here. All of it across here. That's a whole other thing. I'll put it in here. And HDMI cables, which, let me tell you, chat, you'd be surprised how often you're just hanging around and someone's like, we need a HDMI cable. Like, it's surprisingly more common these days. Especially, like, I mean, literally, I was sitting in church one day and they were like, trying to, like, put a display on, like, trying to display, the conference on the screen. And it was like, you know what we need right now? And I was like... And I regret not putting it in my car because I'm like, I would have, like, performed a miracle if I had it, like, at that moment. And I was like, why didn't I think of bringing one? Like, I seriously was... And the thing was, the night before as well, I was kicking myself because I was like, the night before, I did actually think they're going to be wheeling out the TV. They're probably going to need one. And I didn't put it in my bag. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I thought of it, and I didn't do it. And then, yeah, I was at a friend's house one day, and we were like, let's totally watch Stranger Things. And then we were, like, trying to hook it up to, like, the laptop to, like, play the Netflix off it. And it was like, you know what we need right now? HDMI cable. Like, I have seriously had, like, quite a few times where it's just like, I'm just hanging out, and all of a sudden, you know what I should have brought? Yeah, that works. The only thing is, they don't make this cabinet anymore, and I'm like, now that I've used up the bottom thing, I'm like, I can't buy another cabinet. But I do have this drawer. I do have this drawer free now that I've cleared that out. And I just have to remember electronics are now in the bottom drawer. Remind me, chat. Remind me. If I'm like, where the heck is all my electronics? Be like, bottom drawer. Bottom drawer. Spam it. So I know. What's this? Okay. I have a random box that I just tripped over. Let's find out. Let's find out what it is together, chat. And, so 2 more items, and then I'll get back to the painting. Because I know it's, like, the algorithm does dip when it's like, oh, you're doing something other than what you said you were gonna do. Because, and I understand the disappointment, chat. You'd be like, I thought I was gonna watch someone paint stuff, and instead I'm watching someone pull out a metal rack. I don't know if I had in mind like the sponges or something, but it's some sort of metal rack, which I'm sure probably goes in the kitchen somewhere. Yeah. It's also good for, like, you know, toast or other things. It's just a general little rack. And this is a cable. This is a cable that has not been tamed. I definitely have to get some cable tamers because it's getting a little crazy back here. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Ignore the fact that I smashed up my dustbin. Oh, there's a few tinier things. But this can be quick. Again, this was actually supposed to be for my cat, but it looks like it's like way too small. It was supposed to be for like measuring out his food and stuff, because he's been eating till he throws up like recently, so I was like, we gotta feed him like smaller amounts. And this said it was gonna be like a tablespoon size, but this is tiny. This is way too small. I mean, I guess I'll use it to make tea. That's totally for stream, but again, that goes in the kitchen, so I'll put it in amongst the kitchen things. And okay, this flower was a lot more red in the advertisement. It's kind of like a watermelon-y pink. And it was like, it looked kind of bigger in the picture, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because it was listed as being like, you could use it as a belt to, like, you know, cinch your waist on a dress. And you're supposed to also be able to use it as a choker, so, you know, make it look, put a nice pretty bow. And it was supposed to be a fashion accessory that was just like, it is a little bit squished. It needs a little floofing. And I mean, it's made out of the strap is kind of like a nice suede. So the strap, it's almost like they put a little bit of effort into that, but like, it's kind of like a cheap plasticky fabric. But it's still got like a satin sheen. It's still got a satin sheen, which is kind of pretty. So, I mean, for like a cute little accessory that like I clearly originally meant it to like cinch my waist on a couple of dresses that are a little bit too poofy. Yeah. But you know what? I think it's kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute, and because of that, I'm gonna wear it right now on stream. Just as a little choker necklace thing. You don't want it too tight. Too tight will kill you. So, but we'll tie it we'll tie it a little bit, like so, and be like cute, and have it just loose enough that it will not be a problem, and hopefully not get it caught on anything. Okay, so one other thing that is, in my opinion, actually going to be essential for stream room, at least keeping it tidy and cleaning up in between streams. I will keep the dust bag just to keep the dust off it. As soon as I hit buy, I had the buyer's regret because I realized it requires batteries. And I was like, batteries. Because I did double check and it's like, oh, it doesn't actually have USB-C charging, which, as I mentioned in previous streams, I really love when it has USB charging because then I don't have to mess around with batteries. And in this case, trying to figure out how to open the thing to put the batteries in. But this is supposed to be like a little vacuum cleaner that's supposed to vacuum your desk. Which, you know, with all the painting and everything, sometimes I get little bits of debris, like... And that was why I was like... And I also, like, get dust in the keyboard and stuff, which is not good for the laptop in general. I don't know how to get into this thing to put the batteries in. Why is it not opening? Okay. You just gotta pull it with brute force, that's why. I was being too gentle. I need to be more violent. A.a. Now, luckily, previously, I did get, remember the A.a. batteries that are rechargeable. So I can USB charge the batteries. Because I did think about this earlier. I was like, if I'm gonna have to use the standard batteries in anything, at least I can recharge the batteries. Now, let's see if I was supposed to pre-charge the batteries, or if they actually came, like, charged up. We are about to find out. Ooh. Is it picking up some dust? Let's try the mouse pad. Is it cleaning up the mouse pad? Now, theoretically, it comes with this, like, cool little funnel thing that's supposed to... I mean, it has a little bit of suction that's supposed to clean between the keys of your keyboard. Which... my keyboard definitely needs cleaning. I'm not sure it's really picking up any dust there. It doesn't seem that powerful. I'm on the fence about this one, chat, honestly. Like, I mean, it's not going to pick up a bowling ball or anything like that. Which, you know, I am... like, to begin with, I was like, eh. I mean... I don't even know whether it's really picking up anything. It has a tiny bit of fluff in there. It has a tiny bit of fluff. Okay, so maybe it's picking up a little bit. Okay, it's not mind-blowing. It's alright, I guess. I kind of wish that it had the USB-C battery already inside it, so I didn't have to have like an extra step of having batteries that are rechargeable. But like, I'm glad that I have the batteries that are rechargeable, so there's that. My floor vacuum cleaner that I got of Temu is amazing and like pulls dirt like deep from the carpets, that it's like does better than most brand name ones. So I was like, that I was super impressed with. But this is like a little bit meh. I guess it's doing something. I guess it doesn't feel like, I mean, if you actually put your hand over it, kind of, you can't really feel much pull, you know? If you felt more, if I felt more pull, I'd have more confidence that it's actually picking up something, but I'm not really feeling much of anything. But like when I opened it up, there's like the tiniest little microscopic amount of dust, and this keyboard and this mat is pretty dusty. Like I live with a cat, and like I haven't cleaned them in like probably years, so like would have expected it to pick up a little bit more, but I mean it did something. It's not completely useless or completely didn't do anything, but I'm not super impressed by it, to be honest. And it is a little bit like, just a little bit too big to comfortably fit. Like, I mean, if it was the size of a mouse, that would make sense, you know? And plus, I always like these very slim mouses. I don't like the ones that are really big because I find that puts a huge strain on my wrist. But, I mean, I'll keep it, and, you know, if I do spill something on the desk or something, it might be handy for that, and in particular. And I will keep it in the little dust cover with the accessories. It does have a little brush to clean it, which, I mean, it's kind of good. But, yeah. So, yeah, back to painting. Let's see. The paints have kind of dried off. They've kind of dried off, but they're not completely useless. And the gray. What's that sound? I was leaning on the mouse. Okay, I have confused myself about which brush is what color, so I'm just going to wash them all. I've shown you guys the swishy thing already quite a few times, so I won't move everything just to show you again. But, you know, if you do like that, like, by all means you can ask in chat. Ooh! Welcome, Princess Brahma? Welcome, Your Majesty. By all means, make yourself feel right at home. And everything literally just crashed. Yep, we're back. Okay, we're good. Yeah, okay, so the brushes need to clean each other. Yep, just scrub off all that paint again and again. Get rid of all those floaty bits. Okay, and we can chuck out this Q-tip because it's very filthy. And we'll get this other Q-tip. We'll get a fresh Q-tip. Boop. In frame. Inch into frame. Give the brushes a good wipe. Wipe. Line them back up from smallest to largest. It's kind of weird that these brushes, like that fine one, has like a really thick kind of handle, and this like thicker brush has like a really skinny handle. So it's a little bit, when you go to grab it, you're just like, wait, am I grabbing this the thick or the thin one? This palette's gone like super crazy. Let's see. It seems like the purple paint is the only one that's still kind of runny. So, I mean, we're getting close to the time to wrap, so I'm just going to finish painting off the back of the cloak. And then we'll wrap up. Next stream, I'm going to be doing Pal World, continuing the Pal World explanations, where I'm going to explain how you can become an absolute legend in the arena. It is a bit of a long journey. But already, right at the beginning, I've already given clues as to how, like, to do it. There is, like, a method. There is definitely a method. And I will reveal a little more when we join stream next time. So tune in for that. That's gonna be every I stream every second day. Because I'll be real, I'm gonna be playing Pal World with my friends tomorrow. So I will finish. My hand's just in the way, isn't it? I do apologize. My hand's just in the way. Why didn't you say something, chat? Tell me when I'm doing stuff like that. Okay. Okay, we want to go right up there. Right across there. I don't mind going a little over on the black, because black we can always like re-put black, and black has a tendency to be nice and opaque when you reapply it, so the colors don't show through as much. Right here on the edge is where you take your time to really just push the paint in there, and then just gently swipe it. Yeah, there we go. The texture is a little bit funky on here, but there we go. Just filling in a couple of the little gaps right there. Yeah, I'm not sure why this paint is going so unevenly. It might have been because I left it out for so long. But it's going on really unevenly. Which I'm trying to sort of blend out as much as I possibly can. And blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. Blend like a blender. Blend. Brr. Now I did have that Q-tip, didn't I? Because I did get a little bit on his armor there, which we don't want. So I'll just clean that up a little bit. I'll paint his legs a little bit. Like so. Like, because I have the paint out, I might as well finish using it. And I was planning on painting his legs purple, and this will remind me that I intended them purple, even if I don't get them fully covered by the end of stream. And at least that will also use up the paint. Again, I keep wandering off from the screen. Okay. No, no. We're almost there. Yeah. I mean, the edges still need to be cleaned up a bit, but I'm liking the purple. I'm liking the purple a lot. I have clearly gone over some of the edges, which again I'm just gonna try to clean off, and I am gonna end up going back and forth between the grey and the purple because where they touch is, yeah. And I will have to keep going over this blue, I think. Okay. Yep. It's gonna be, I mean, it will take a few coats, but we will get a clean line. We will get a clean line, just not tonight. So, am I in? I'm in. Okay. So, there we are. There we are. Okay. So, this is gonna be my thumbnail. Yay. Yeah. And I will take some photos and pop that on Insta for people to see the progress. But we are getting there, and as I said earlier, I'm really liking the texture on the cape. I mean, can you kind of see it? It is kind of coming up a nice kind of velvety. From the stippling. It does actually, in real life, the purple and the blue are far more contrasty, and so you can actually see that it is quite velvety in texture, which is a little bit not coming up on camera, mainly because the camera does kind of blend stuff out. I think it purpose, like, cameras, phone cameras particularly, are made to like sort of blend stuff out, because it's like, oh, people don't like having blemishes or whatever. So so the software itself actually actively blends out the imperfections, but it's like sometimes it's the imperfections that make it beautiful, you know. And that goes for cookies, and that goes for life, you know. Sometimes the little imperfections make it beautiful. And on that note, we will wrap up, and I hope I will see you all next time. Have a great night. Good night. Farewell.